with the voice of God within me. I rest in the peace of God within me. Everything praises God within me. I know with the mind of God within me. I pray with the faith of God within me. I trust in the power of God within me. Everything praises God within me. I am a safe and loving place, born of beauty and amazing grace. I laugh with the joy of God within me. I shine with the light of God within me. I am who I am 'cause of God within me. Everything praises God. Everything praises God. Everything praises God within me.
Sometimes I think the world has lost its way. Seems like there's so much fear, so much hate. I tune in and I start to lose my faith. It gets overwhelming. Truth is, no argument on either side could make a single killing justified. Let's break away from this paradigm. I think it's time we make a new one. Truth is, peace begins within me. If I want to see peace in the world, I've gotta start with me. I've gotta start within. And truth is, forgiveness is the pathway.
Good morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living Sunday morning celebration, coming to you live from the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli, Pennsylvania. Woohoo! I'm Maxine Kaye, and I'm so glad you've chosen to join us this morning. It's a brand new month. It's the beginning, continuing to be the beginning of fall, and it's October. Things are changing, and we're grateful for that. Because what never changes, of course, is the infinite presence of God's love and wisdom. So we're here to celebrate that today. Wherever you may be on your spiritual journey, and wherever you may be in the world right now, you are very, very welcome to be with us today. So we're grateful that you joined us. We expect to have a lovely hour together. Excuse me just a moment. And here I'm back. Okay. We are part of a larger worldwide organization called the Centers for Spiritual Living. And the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living is one wonderful instrument through which God's love and light shines, as it does through each of our other centers all over the world. And we study the teachings and practice the teachings of Ernest Holmes, our founder. We've been around in this world as an organization for about 100 years now. You might say we're the newest kids on the block. And we teach new thought. That's what science of mind or religious science is. New thought centers involve unity and divine science and religious science, all under that umbrella. And isn't it interesting that there's really nothing new about new thought? It's based on ancient wisdom, universal principles that we learn and then learn to apply in our lives, to make a difference in our lives, to make a difference in the lives of our loved ones, and ultimately combining our sense of connection to the divine and the empowerment that we feel because of that, making a difference in the world itself. So Centers for Spiritual Living has a vision and a mission statement, and a very important part about our clarity about what's important for us to do here is that we are all about awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Magnificence! You know, we don't often think of ourselves as being magnificent. Well, I'm not talking about the egopotamuses because we're not all magnificent all by ourselves. We are magnificent because the spirit within us is the one spirit, the one life, which is the divine, which expresses itself in, through, and all people, because there's only one life, and you and I were created from it. So isn't it wonderful that we get to help people awaken to their spiritual magnificence? And we're here very much on purpose to make a difference in our world in addition to our own personal lives. And so we are here to co-create a world that works for everyone, a world that works for all sentient beings, all planets, the world itself. And so we're so grateful. I heard something just recently about people who were really focused on making this planet healthy. It was, there is no planet B. We have a plan A. We're going to stick with that, and that's to use our creative imaginations and the power of our word, which is given to us by the infinite mind and heart of God itself, and produced by the law of mind. We're here to make a difference and to use this creative intelligence to make our planet the beautiful place that it was created to be. And our community itself, right here, GPCSL, many years ago, created a powerful phrase that we love to use. And I would invite you to join me in saying it if you wish to. Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. And now I would like to invite Reverend Mike to join me up here, because this is the time that we usually refer to our Declaration of Principles. That's the what we believe that Ernest Holmes created when he was asked about our principles and what we believe in 1927. There are about 15 statements, but we have chosen 3 of them that we'll read and briefly comment on today about how it ties in with today's topic. Would you care to read the first one?
Thank you, Dr. Maxine. Greetings, everybody. We believe in God, the living Spirit, Almighty, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause.
Isn't it wonderful to revisit that? That underlying everything, there's nothing but God. That's a marvelous concept, and one that seems sometimes too big to understand, and it isn't. Everything is divine. Where we walk is sacred ground, because everything is the one life. There's only one life. It's God's life, your life, my life. It's the only life there is to have or to be, and it creates everything out of itself as a self-existent cause. Knowing that there is only one life and that we are all part of it, that is a wonderful awareness for us to realize that there is truth that never changes. Yes?
Absolutely. The next one is, this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation.
And that's wonderful too, because no matter what you and I and other human beings and doings put into the law, which produces itself in form, because we use that same creative intelligence to manifest things in our lives. It's the same intelligence that the divine uses in creating planets and seas and animals and trees and people. But what's wonderful to realize is that it maintains its integrity, and it will never be confused by the facts that you and I get confused by. So that's an important point too. What else do you have to say, Reverend Mike?
Wow, you say it very well. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through the spiritual and intuitive nature of each person, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God.
Thank you. And that just cinches it, doesn't it? Because here we understand that the reason we can discern between what's not so and what is eternally so is that we live in close contact with the indwelling presence, and it is possible to understand what's true and what is not because of where we live, right in the heart and the mind of God. So those are the 3 points for today from our Declaration of Principles. Tune in next Sunday to see what we have to share with you then. Thank you, Reverend Mike.
Thank you, Dr. Maxine.
It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Okay, and now we will have our opening song by Karen Drucker. It was written by Karen Drucker and Karen Huntley, and it is probably known to many of you. Sing along if you wish. It is called The Face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu es l'image de Dieu.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu es l'image de l'amour.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Tu sei la luce di Dio.
I hold you in my heart.
Tu sei il volto dell'amore.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my
hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of
are the face of love.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
I hold you in my
hold you in my heart.
You are my family.
You are my family.
You are the face of love.
The face of love.
You are the face of God.
The face of God.
I hold you in my
hold you
heart.
in my heart.
You are a part of me.
A part of me.
You are the face of
You
God.
are the face of God.
You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luce di Dio.
You are the
You
face of
are the
God.
face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
sei
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
God. You are the face
Tu
of
روح
God.
خدایی.
You are the face
You
of
are the face of God.
You are the face of God. About dropping their leaves. And that will happen after they change their colors. Do you know this? You probably do because you're so much smarter about these things than I am. Did you know that the green leaves are not the true color of the leaves of the trees? It's a chlorophyll thing. And once they begin to change, do you know what they're showing? They're showing their true colors. Those are the true colors. That's what they've been hiding underneath all the time. And it's like a shy child may be so brilliant, so capable, so loving, but is so timid that he or she isn't showing the true colors. And sometimes it isn't easy being green.
Just ask Kermit. But you know what? Frogs really don't mind being green, and I'm sure it's quite easy for them. It's easier for us to remember who we are, to remember that we were created out of God's beautiful life, and that each of us shows up as the face of God. It's easier to remember that when we don't get too involved in what somebody says that isn't very kind, or somebody is doing something that we're not appreciating. You know, those things come and go. It's part of our human life. But the truth is, you're a beautiful divine being, as is everyone else. All your family members, all your friends, all your neighbors, all the people in your classes, but they don't always know it yet. They haven't yet shown their true colors. But you know what can inspire them to do that? You showing your true colors. You staying peaceful when someone's having an argument. You staying loving if someone over there is not being so kind. Show your true colors. You have that opportunity. And I know you do, because I know who you are, at least the ones who attend here when we're all together. So keep on shining your light. Know how much we love you, and hope to see many of you next Sunday when we're meeting in person. We're going to have a good time. Enjoy your Sunday, and if you have an opportunity after those beautiful new leaves showing their true colors start to fall, will you do something for me? Go jump on a whole pile of them, okay? See you soon. Now I would like to invite our Vice President of the Board of Trustees, Payson Burt, to come up and share a few announcements with us. Come on down, Payson. Woo-hoo!
Hello, everyone. As she said, my name is Payson Burt, Vice President of the Board of Trustees, and it's my pleasure to bring today's announcements. Hope you're having a wonderful day outside. It's beautiful compared to the last couple of days. Overcast and everything. We got beautiful sunshine, nice weather. So today is today's celebration is being sponsored by Reverend Mike Gertis in honor of Captain John Zoll. Thank you, Reverend Mike. And if you'd like to sponsor a Sunday, email Linda O'Neill at admin@cslphilly.com. Yes, that's the email address. That's right. Our next in-person Sunday celebration will be held next Sunday, October 8th at 10:30 a.m. at Interprod in Eagleville. We'll begin at 10 o'clock with a quiet meditation. That's the meditation, the conference room in the front of the building as you come in the front door. That'll be starting at 10 o'clock till close to 10:30, and then we'll begin our celebration at 10:30 in the back there. We will also be holding our annual community business meeting from noon to 1:30. If you are planning to join us for the annual meeting, we request that you register via the website. Feel free to bring your lunch. If you are a member and unable to attend in person, you can watch via Zoom. But again, you must register to get the Zoom link. Okay, so register, www.cslphilly.org. Now, we'll just run through the upcoming classes and a few in-person events. For the classes, you can still join Reverend Mike's continuing Zoom class on how to use the science of mind, Saturday mornings, 9:45 to 11 a.m. It's like a train. You just hop on, you grab it, and you go. I think I said that last week, didn't I? And I just think of Buster Keaton when he grabs the trolley and he's like horizontal and he goes. Yes. So it's the long form class, so you can come and go as you want. Dr. Maxine's meditation and serendipity workshop runs for 5 Tuesdays from 7 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock on Zoom. It started on Tuesday, September 26th, and will conclude on October 24th. Dr. Maxine will also hold a 2-hour Zoom session on converting fear to faith. That sounds good. On Wednesday, October 11th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so that is all available through the website as well. So any of the classes, just go to cslphilly.org and go to the calendar of events, and you'll find your way to the classes and registering for them. For our next upcoming in-person events, we have our full moon ceremony. The next one will be on Friday, October 27th from 7 to 8 p.m. at Diane Wilson's home in Collegeville. Directions will be provided once you register. Once again, at the website, go to the website to register. Join us for the next Nibbles and New Thought night, Monday, November 6th at 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Brick and Brew in Malvern. It's a little different date this month because we planned on holding it this Monday, but Brick and Brew is in the process of renovating, so we couldn't get in. So that's Monday, November 6th for that. Yes, is it November? Is it? Yeah. Okay. We invite you to read our September Bot Spot written by our wonderful board president, Edie Janik. To read the Bot Spot and see all the details of our classes and events to register, and to register, just go to our website. Thank you. And stay tuned for information on a special in-person Thanksgiving celebration on Sunday, November 19th at the Sheridan Hotel in Fraser, Pennsylvania, and our annual winter solstice on Saturday, December 16th. Those will both be live events, and we're looking forward to that. That's all I have today, and have a great rest of the week. I'll see you next week.
Yay. Thank you, Payson. And thanks for letting me kibitz you. That was fun. Okay, now we're about to have an opening treatment. And I'm going to invite our beloved practitioner, Cheryl Macklin, to come on up and share it with us. Go birds. Fly, eagles, fly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It was amazing to walk out and see a blue sky and a bright yellow sun shining. And what occurred to me was that even though it was gray for, it seemed like forever, I never doubted that the sun was there. And that's the same way. There are times when it doesn't feel like we're one with everyone or one with God, but we know that that is really the truth. And so it was a nice reminder for me this morning. And I have two small quotes, and the first one is about using the spiritual mind treatment or seeing a practitioner, and it has to do with facts versus truth. Good never compromises with its opposite. The one practicing must be able to look a fact in the face and know that all manifestations are effects and can be changed by changing the mental cause. He must be able to look at the sick man who has come to him for help and know that only perfection stands before him. He must see beyond the appearances to that which is basically perfect. This will not be irrational to the one who has made a careful study of the science of mind and spirit. Truth knows no opposites. And that is from page 189 in the textbook. And another really powerful statement, very small, from the Anatomy of Healing Prayer. There is not the truth and something else. So truth knows no opposites, and there is only truth. And so I speak this treatment in the first person, and I invite you to take it for yourselves. As I look out today, I see the faces of God smiling, sharing this wonderful celebration today, the celebration of the one and only, the source, the truth that is God, and the truth that we are each God. And as I participate in this celebration, I learn and grow and deepen my faith. I learn from the words in the songs, from the words spoken by Reverend Maxine and Reverend Mike. I learn from the feeling of being here, celebrating the oneness, celebrating this magical spiritual community. And so I know that today is perfect. Today is divinely guided and just divinely blessed. And so knowing that this is the truth, I gratefully accept it and release my word to the law, knowing that the law only ever says yes. I let it be so, and so it is. And here is our affirmation for the day. God is the truth that I am, and my loving focus is on that which beholds the eternal underlying harmony of the universe. Have a great day, and go birds. Let me get my stuff.
Oh, that was great. Okay, and now we have a little music before the meditation.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in into the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Now sing with me. Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Diving in. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love. To the deepest kind of love. The sweetest kind of life. To the sweetest kind of life. Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Get ready. Get ready, my soul.
Get ready, my soul. Thank you, Daniel, and thank you, Jeffrey. That was so beautiful. Well, let's get ready to dive deeply into our souls as we prepare for our meditation together. Let's take a deep breath, a holy breath of spirit. And as we feel the peace and the power within that breath, which is the very breath of life itself, let's send that breath out into our environment, knowing that peace and power are divine attributes of the infinite mind and heart of God. And so let us attune our minds and our hearts now to that divine presence, recalling that there is just one life. It is God's life. It is our life. It is the only life there is to have or to be. So let's continue breathing in that sweet, holy breath of spirit and sending that loving presence out into the world. With every breath, we come deeper, deeper, deeper into our souls. How sweet it is to feel the divine embrace as we come into our hearts and take our royal position there within the throne of our hearts. For it is here that we feel the peace and the power. And it is through the eye of the heart that we begin to see the world and all within it in their rightful perspective. God has created it all, and it is all perfect. So as we begin to see our world, even in its broken conditions here and there, we take a deeper look from the eye of the heart itself. And it is not just being mended out there. It is revealing its perfection. How wonderful it is to remember that this is how God sees everything created. It is in this place of calm acceptance that the truth continues to reveal itself, no matter what else we may experience in our world that has been created by human thinking and any erroneous beliefs. They cannot last. They have nothing to sustain or support them.
love is unconditional. It is infinite. It is the truth. And it involves and infuses every part of creation, starting with ourselves. So feel this loving presence, nurturing and sustaining you. Feel the holy wisdom supporting and guiding you. And take a moment to come deeply within, diving deeply into our hearts and souls, and just be present, opening hearts and minds to the inflow of Spirit's love and wisdom. Listen, listen now. And what we hear is the sweet song of Spirit. What we receive are the answers to our questions. What we experience is the flowering, the blossoming of our hearts, the clarity of our minds, the beautiful direction that is ours to take with each step in this holy day. So let us give thanks. Give thanks, knowing and realizing that all is well. All is well on the deepest, deepest level. All truly is well.
I raise my hands up, I raise my heart up, I raise my mind up to you. With every word and with every choice and with everything that I do, I'm living and breathing who I am in truth. Letting go, giving up everything I'm not. I empty out and open up my mind with each new thought that gives me life, that gives me hope, that gives me more of who I am in this moment, right here where I stand. I raise my hands up, I raise my heart up, I raise my mind up to you. With every word and with every choice and with everything that I do, I'm living and breathing who I am in truth. As I receive and I accept this greater truth of who I am, I'm growing stronger, I'm growing wiser, trusting in this sacred plan that gives me life, that gives me hope, that gives me more of who I am in this moment, right here where I stand. I raise my hands up, I raise my heart up, I raise my mind up to you. With every word and with every choice and with everything that I do, I'm living and breathing who I am in truth. Who I am, who I am, who I am, who I am, who I raises my hands up, raises my heart up, raises my mind up to you. With every word and with every choice and with everything that I do, I raise my hands up, I raise my heart up, I raise my mind up to you. With every word and with every choice and with everything that I do, I'm living and breathing who I am in truth. I'm living and breathing who I am in truth.
Together we take a stand for love. Together we make a change for good. Together we break the chains of sorrow. Together we live the truth. Together we raise our voice for peace. Together we sing and jump for joy. Together we move, oh we groove, we dance. Together we live the truth. Together we walk on top with spirit. Together we boldly shape our dreams. Together we share a life of freedom. Together we live the truth. Together we make a change for good. Together we break the chains of sorrow. Together we live the truth. Alright. 'Cause in every part of me there's a part of you. Oh yeah. Alright. When I'm loving me, I am loving you. Oh yeah. Alright. Today we live the truth and the future's bright.
Oh, that was fun. You know what just occurred to me as she was singing that wonderful song? I remember Anais Nin once said, I must be a mermaid. I have no fear of depths, and I have a great fear of shallow living. Is that great? Okay, it's a new month. It's October, and we have a new theme for the month, which is truth. That's it, just truth. And today's topic is facts insist, truth persists. Now, we may hear a lot of noise out there as the facts are trying to insist that we believe in them and get scared. The truth is that God is infinite and eternal and underlies every experience and every condition and every fact that we may see out there. So we don't want to give that fact any power, do we? Ernest Holmes said, as we have proven that principle is not bound by precedent, we go into that realm which says, behold, I make all things new, not carrying with us the limited belief of the reason why it cannot be. That's powerful. It's important that we notice the difference between facts and truth. All right, so we can notice the facts, but we don't want to take them too seriously. We don't want to take them seriously at all. All right, you know what we've been dealing with the last days and weeks, right? The government is shutting down. The government is shutting down. The sky is falling, right? Okay, well, as of before midnight last night, the government shutdown did not take place. The fact is, sorry to say, but it is a fact. Thank God facts are changeable. But the fact is, some people would rather argue their positions than solve the problems. And that would be even when important services in our country might be cut. Richard Rohr, a wonderful mystical Franciscan priest, he has a community in New Mexico, and he really focuses on the cosmic Christ, much as Matthew Fox does. He leads meditation retreats. Very, very wonderful writer, writes meditations and all. He says, we function best by including what was good and lasting in a previous stage and avoiding the overreaction and rebellious spirit that have characterized most dysfunctional developments. This demands both humility and the capacity for non-dual thinking. Slash and burn only creates a whole new set of things to correct or rebel against in the long haul. Either or thinking creates dysfunction and mistrust. Both and thinking creates community and trust. Do you think there's a few folks up there on the hill that could benefit from that philosophy? Enough said. By the way, Richard Rohr has been dealing with cancer for quite a while. And when Reverend Mike and I were attending the Parliament of the World's Religions, we saw him. It was the first time I'd ever seen him. He wasn't speaking or presenting, but he was attending a very wonderful, wonderful workshop that we were there watching in his wheelchair. And Reverend Mike went up to him and handed him his card. Oh, not his business card, the one that says, "You matter." It was a sweet moment, very sweet. So the fact may be that some people would rather argue and maintain their positions than solve problems and seek the greatest good for all. The truth is, there is only one life. That life is God's life. It is constant. It is abundant. It is balanced, and it is generous. And that life is your life and my life now, and it is the life of our beloved country. Oh, and by the way, of the whole world itself. That is the truth that never changes. And obviously, there is enough focus on that truth that we moved through this challenging experience and have at least a stopgap budget until November 17th. Let's keep in mind that God is bigger than that, and that the infinite mind knows how to express itself in and through all of the individualizations of that mind. Let's continue to focus on that. That's the part we can do to help to make a difference. Facts and truth. Facts come and go, truth abides. You know, welcoming and affirming is a great statement that many faith communities and individuals make. And yet, I'm not all sure that it's completely sincere. The fact is that people show up with various preferences, political, religious, gender-based, and too often I think they're met merely with tolerance rather than celebration. So the truth is that God's one life expresses in a myriad of ways through its creation. And it's all God, all worthy of honoring, all worthy of truly rejoicing. Let's go deeper here. Let's go beyond the fact that, oh, yes, I think you're just fine, into, I think you're wonderful. And the reason I know you're wonderful is that you were created out of God's life, and God loves showing up and showing off in so many beautiful ways. And underlying all of our differences, there's this beautiful oneness. And we get to celebrate the diversity, truly celebrate it. Yes, let's get into our authentic selves, and let's honor and delight in everybody's pure being and how wonderfully God shows up. You know that forms come and go. We know that. We've lived our whole lives really noticing that the forms don't change. The forms change, but underlying reality doesn't. You know, it's like we can make things out of Play-Doh, and it can be a dinosaur, or it can be a breadboard or something, and then you just mush it up and make something else out of it. Forms come, forms go, but the substance remains the same. And that's the important part for us to remember, that we can continue to know that God is eternal, that no matter what happens, and what happens, whether it's unpleasant or frightening or painful, often unexpected, that's part of human life, you know. Unexpected things show up, and God, through us, deals with them. God is peace, therefore we encounter and unify consciously with that peace that always abides within us. And then we approach intelligently a solution for what that may have been. So no matter how the facts are insisting that we believe them because they're true, and they're not, no matter how loudly they begin to speak or yell, truth persists. And it's up to us to withdraw our emotional energy from those things that might disrupt our peace of mind or upset us or confuse us in any way, because there's plenty of them. Ernest Holmes, one of the most marvelous statements I think he made was, look at a discordant fact in the face and deny its reality. Can you do that? Think of something discordant happening in your life or in the world right now. Look it in the face. Don't be afraid of it. It has no power except the power that we may feed it emotionally. And why would we do that when we want it to dissolve into the natural nothingness from which it came? So think of a discordant fact in your life or in the world. Easy to do. There's plenty of them. Look at it and say, I'm not afraid of you. and deny its reality with a capital R. It has no life of its own. It never did. Something, someone created it somehow. It is in the process of changing. Remember, it didn't come to stay. None of it does. What is forever is the divine presence. And you and I embody that, and we live from it. We're mermaids. The condition may seem to insist on its reality. We give it no power, and indeed, again, it dissolves into the natural nothingness from which it came. Imagine that. That's a good thing. Use your creative imagination to imagine that discordant fact dissolving into the natural nothingness from which it came. We stand in our truth. We stand tall in our truth, unshaken by any facts. Ernest Holmes also says, in the moments of greatest tragedy, nothing in nature is changed. The integrity of the universe is not violated, nor the will of truth disturbed. That's from a wonderful book called How to Use the Science of Mind. Saturday mornings. Let's return to that sacred sanctuary within our own hearts. And it is a sacred sanctuary. Truth abides there. Facts cannot even enter. Because here we feel the loving support and the divine guidance of Spirit. Here we stand tall in our truth, the truth that persists. We are in integrity with the integrity of the universe. This is how we were intended to live in our truth, our authentic selves. Yes. Will you say with me, I am unmoved by outer evidence. I am deeply moved by Spirit's inspiration. I live and move and have my being in God's truth. And so, my beloved ones, beginneth our lesson. Thank you, dear ones. The small but mighty group at the Inspiration Cafe. And I want to give special thanks to Payson Bird, who has been our production manager today. Bless you, Payson. Now it's time of the offertory, time to share our prosperity. I love this, as you all know. It's an opportunity to stand in our truth, that no matter what may be appearing in our lives or in the world about lack or limitation, those are facts. They cannot last. The truth is that this is an abundant universe, and it is a generous God that gives to all without blinking. So we accept this divine source as the fount of our lives. It is the source of our abundance and our good. And I love returning to the closest source of my spiritual food, a portion of what I receive. For me, the greater center, the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living is that to me. So I like to hold my gift to my heart. Some people just send it on their phones or it's automatic. However you do it, it's beautiful, and we thank you for that. And now let's share our prosperity affirmation together. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
Have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself. Will I have the strength of mind and body to live a life of grace and holiness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place that God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. Sing along with me, y'all. Oh, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up.
Oh, Eddie, thank you. Yes, you are the place where God shows up. Thank you all so much for being with us today. It is always a pleasure to connect heart to heart, and we're so grateful for this virtual opportunity for you to be with us, even when you're not near us. And those who are near us next Sunday, please join us for a fabulous celebration in Eagleville, Interprod, and it, as Payson told you earlier, it will be our community meeting. So please attend that right afterwards. And if you can't be present and you would like to be, check our calendar, not our calendar, our website, because you can get it on Zoom and you can still be with us. So we're going to see you soon. Keep enjoying this beautiful week. And let's have a closing song, which is by our own GPCSL music team. It's the music of Daniel Nahmod, and please sing along if you'd like. It's Love Is My Decision.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. one more verse. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now.
Well, we have one more song to sing before we close today, and that is to honor the October birthday people. If it is your birthday in any day in this month of October, please stand wherever you are so we may sing to you. Hit it, Maestro.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear birthday. Happy birthday to you. That's it? Okay.
And many, many more. All right. And so, as we gather here, ministers, practitioners, it is to celebrate with you the most beautiful opportunity for each of us to stand in our truth, to stay in peace and power. And so as we go forth, it is with the understanding that God is in charge, that truth prevails, and this is the reality that we choose to live. And so it is.